friends, in this discussion today, let us look at different kinds or types of advertisements. Advertisements are everywhere around us. Wherever you go, if they are on your mobile, on your television, in your cinema halls, on the newspapers that you read, in a book or a magazine if you pick it up, on the radio if you listen to it, online, websites, in your emails, just everywhere. It seems that they are an omnipresent breed. They will not let you free. Every person is trying to persuade you to buying into their product or using their service. And this act of persuasion happens through different media. So the advertisements are hence classified depending upon the media that you use, or the geographical locations that they are there, or the audience they are reaching out to, or even maybe the kind of products they are advertising. Some broad and basic categories of advertisements we will discuss today. Now advertisements, what we see today in our modern forms, are based on many things. First, they can be based on the media that we use to watch them on. They can either be video ads, radio ads, print ads, internet ads, outdoor ads, or cinema ads, depending on where did they appear. They can also be further classified. For example, if you talk of video ads, you can say that they are on television channels or they are on cassettes and CDs. If you talk of print ads, you can say they are the ads in newspapers, or there can be ads in the magazines or on pamphlets. So classifications can have further sub-classifications. Now let's talk of print ads. So these are simply the ads that appear in print media. The definition is in the name itself. For example, the Tribune, the Times of India, or any vernacular press like Navbharat Times or Gujarat Times or something like this, or the magazines like India Today, Filmfare, Manorama, any newspaper or magazine, if you have an ad, that ad is the print ad. Now on your screens you see an advertisement of a print ad. Now this ad could have appeared in a newspaper or a magazine because it's a color ad, it's a beautiful photograph, and it is about Mahindra Holidays, where it is, so therefore it is showing a scene and some happy faces. Now this ad is appearing, it could either be on print or on newspaper. What are the newspaper ads and why do we use ads on newspapers? What are the positives and negatives or advantages, disadvantages of newspaper ads? The reach and circulation is very, very important. When you decide to put your ad in a newspaper, how many people it is reaching? What is the circulation? You can know from the Audit Bureau of Circulation or the readership surveys that are floated from time to time, that how much your newspaper will reach different people. The newspaper is actually sold at less of even its production cost because of the advertisements that are there in the newspaper. Why would a person advertise in a newspaper? Because the newspaper comes to people daily. It is like a habit that the target audience has. The audience are very, very targeted. The people who read the English newspaper, or people who read a vernacular newspaper of a language, people who read Economic Times or Business Line or Business Standard, as in the economic or financial papers, and people who read some magazines which are coming with newspapers, as in Amar Ujala gives you certain Saundarya magazine and different. So the audience are very, very targeted. And in newspapers, you have enough space. You can either space your ad on the first page, you can spread it, or in the corners as classifieds. And print media, the newspaper, has a huge element of belief till this date. People believe what is printed on the newspaper. So when your advertisement appears on the newspaper, it is perceived as more trustworthy. However, there are certain disadvantages of advertising in newspapers. Ads can be easily ignored. You know, a newspaper comes, you just read the news, you throw it away. One day, the second day, it becomes stale. So there are chances that the person might not read even your ad. And then there are limited formats available in a newspaper because it's usually a black and white medium. The spaces are limited. It has a short shelf life. And you can only see your ad. You cannot experience it. You cannot touch it or hear it when it is in a newspaper. And usually the paper of the quality paper of the newspaper is of a different quality than you have on magazines. So quality is also an issue. So with all these advantages and disadvantages, people decide as to what their ads, where they will appear. Whether on the newspapers, if you have a product which has to come daily and it is maybe a thing that has to reach many people, you might choose newspapers for it. But if you want to have different formats, then you will choose magazines. What are the positives of giving a print ad in a magazine? It has very selective target group. So people who buy computer today, a magazine, are techno people, they are technology savvy, they are the geeks who would be interested in technology. So if you have to advertise pen drives or computers or laptops or maybe an OTT platform content, you might advertise in that magazine. If you have to advertise a fashion show or a sale of clothes online somewhere on a site, you might want to do it in a magazine like Women's Era or Femina, or maybe in a fashion magazine or a lifestyle magazine. So because magazines are very specific as to their target audience, you can be very selective as to whom you want to reach, and you put your ads in these particular magazines. Magazines have a glossy paper, so the production quality of your ad improves. They are usually read at leisure. You read newspaper for the news, but you read magazine for leisure when you sitting, you may be before sleeping, or people who are reading it in their drawing rooms. So when the magazine is being read in leisure, your ad also has chances to be glanced at aram se, fursat se, at leisure. And the magazines are preserved. If I give you an example of my family, since 1978, Reader's Digest has been preserved in our house in this big piles. So there is a separate room that we have where we preserved our Reader Digest. So a room with a study is there, a small library. So magazines, maybe they are not that topical if they are not news magazines. So people preserve their articles. So your ad also gets preserved in turn. Then of course, you can't reach the illiterate population. A magazine has a limited reach. If you are advertising in Outlook Money or a financial magazine, so it will only be read by people who understand these kinds of terminologies. You cannot probably reach everyone. So that's a small disadvantage of magazine. Let's see some examples of magazine and how they are very specific. Femina, it's a women magazine, and where lifestyle and fashion and clothing and accessories are usually discussed. So this magazine is a lifestyle magazine. Then you have Sarita. This is a popular magazine with the Hindi reading females, again a women's magazine, but research shows that women magazines are also read by men. Then India Today or Outlook, which are news magazines, magazines with a very specific like Success, Good Housekeeping, where there are specific audience to them. Then Reader's Digest, which has untopical, as in not very time specific articles, which can be read even after the years. Filmfare is for the movie buffs, where they want this latest news on films. Then there are sports magazine, computer magazines, or there are magazines for teenagers like Teens, Girl. There are different magazines which cater to different genders, different economic or social levels, or different knowledge levels of people. So your ads also go to those kind of people. This was briefly about the mass media ads in print, as in newspapers and magazine. Apart from these, you have pamphlets, leaflets that again come in your newspaper or in your magazine. Now we come to the audio medium, which is radio. It is actually called as a true mass media. It crosses barriers that are faced by other media. You know, there are many FMs that are becoming popular, and these days even podcasts are becoming popular. Radio is a part of life. So a person who is a farmer sitting in his farm and plowing the farm can have a radio running in the background. If a person is a student, he might be solving mathematical problems and still have the radio running in the background. If you're traveling, if you're commuting to your workplace, on your car, on in a taxi or in a bus, radio usually is playing in the background. So if there is an ad that appears in radio, it has some advantages, like it can be listened anywhere. In your drawing room, in your bathroom, on the road, on the go, while sitting at leisure, at sleep time. So your ad in the radio, if it is a jingle or an announcement, reaches the audience at different times. It also goes to the illiterate people, so it is not bound by being literate. It is a low-cost medium. The music is catchy. There are jingles that remain in your mind. You know, if you've heard it once, it kind of remains. But however, there are negatives to an advertisement in radio. It can be easily ignored or taken lightly. It has a low recall value, as the research shows, and they can be narrowly targeted audience. As in, radio stations can be very specific as to choices which are the people listening to them. Red FM is usually portrayed as a channel for the youth, or Big FM is called the retro channel, where people would be listening to them if they are in their mid 40s or 50s. So they are very specifically target audience which have preferences on radio channels. So All India Radio, Vivid Bharati or Rainbow has different kind of audience than a Radio Fever or Radio Mirchi would have. So this is a little disadvantage. Please listen to a very popular radio jingle from older times. I'm not taking the current ones, because current ads you usually see. So all this full presentation will have older ads, which probably this generation will have a way of knowing, because the new ones you anyway see all around you day in and day out. You can't but escape them. So the radio jingle, insert and play the radio jingle, Gagan radio jingle. Now let us come to another form of a form that has audio and video mixed into it, the cinema ads. Now these, while in a cinema hall there is multi-track music, there is Dolby sound system. So you watch your movie with that kind of a music and sound and audio and great video. So if your ad is shown on a television, it's a small screen. These days there are 55, 60 or even 65 inches television screens that people have. But a cinema hall screen is much bigger. So when there is an ad, video ad that is played in a cinema hall, it has a multi-track music, it has a bigger screen. So these ads, who can forget, from my childhood we had red tape shoes, or maybe the local jewelry ads which are just shown as presentations, slides on the cinema screens. These kinds of ads appear on the cinema halls. They can be jewelers or doctors which are local, or most common ads in cinema halls are about the forthcoming movies. So there are no distractions. That is one big advantage of putting your ads in a cinema hall. People don't get distracted. They are there to see a movie, watch a movie. They are not doing business or they are not working at that time. In the home, if you're watching a movie, you have 10 other things to cater to. But in a cinema hall, you've paid for the ticket, sitting in that seat and watching the movie with full concentration and attention. So you will also watch the ad with an equal concentration and attention. So a receptive frame of mind is there, where people have gone to watch the movie themselves. The ad is not forced on them. They're kind of okay to watch that ad. So there are people, if you know around you, they don't even want to miss the ads before the movie begins. They are there seated in their seats. Usually there is younger audience in the cinema hall, so you can reach those younger audience, and cinema ads are much less costlier than the television ads. So the media planning can be done very, very effectively. However, there are certain negatives. Now there is a decline in cinegoers. People prefer to watch movies online or on OTT platforms, or Amazon Prime or Netflix or Hotstar or Sony Live. So these platforms are taking up. So the ads in the cinema halls are not watched by many people, because movies are not watched by many people in cinema halls. A decline in cinegoers is there. And usually the ads are run before the movie begins or in the intermission. This is a time when your audience is usually not there in the hall. Either they are coming, seeing their seats, adjusting, or in the intermission they have gone to the toilet or the washroom, or they've gone to have coffee, tea or popcorn. So you run your ad and the audience misses it. So this is one disadvantage of running ads in the cinema hall. I'm taking an old Aishwarya Rai and Bikram Saluja ad which was very popular on the cinema halls. So this is an ad for an apparel company, a clothing brand.
Shinjita because marriages are made in heaven.
Now, let us come to the most popular audiovisual media of our times, the television. Earlier, a family would have one television set in their homes, but now, usually television sets are in each of the rooms of the people. So, advertisements on televisions are seen by different people in different frames of mind, at different timings, and usually at leisure. This is a very unique personal medium, and the ads can be demonstrative. You can use the video and the audio, and they can demonstrate your ads. So it's a complete medium where there is movement, you can see, you can hear. And when you have TRPs being determined that which show has this much of TRP, the advertiser can very well know that do I want to put my advertisement in this show. So if the TRP is more for the show, the TRP for your ad would also equally be high. So the channels or on CDs or on cassettes in the older times or these days through the online platforms, the ads can be put on your television screen. The advantages of television ads are they cater to a broad audience. There are many people who are watching the same content at the same time in different locations. Then it has a slice of life experience. Television ads use different appeals. They use your fear appeal, emotional appeal, the romantic appeal, love appeal, hate appeal, jealousy appeal. So that slice of life is there through that small story of 10 seconds or 30 seconds shown as a television advertisement. These ads are immediate. You're watching a content and immediately the ad appears. There are two sense organs, your eyes and ears, that are involved with these ads, and you have the way of demonstrating your product. But giving an ad on television has its own downsides. It is very, very expensive. The cost for ads on television is high, as in you have made the ad, the production is high, of course. After the production cost, even the media selling cost is high. Putting that ad on TV is involving huge costs. You can't fragment your ads on television for specific audience like you can fragment online. So everybody would be watching the same ad on TV, whether I am in Gujarat or in Bengal or in Goa or in Sikkim. So the ad has to be different for different people as per the geographical or demographic location. So television does not give you that advantage, online does. And zapping is very, very common. If there is an ad, people switch to another channel. So gone are the days when you had only good old Doordarshan and there was one channel. Now there are many channels. People skip and zap their channels during the ad breaks. So they might end up missing the ad that you have paid for and put there. And then of course there is a very limited time to show your ad on television. It can be 10 seconds or 30 seconds or max the 60-second ads. You can't be making it much longer because there are huge costs involved. So on your screens you can see a storyboard of a very popular Surf Excel ad. Now this is again an old ad. As I said, I'm not taking the current ads because they are all around you to see. So my purpose here in this discussion is to show you some older ads, to give you the types of ads so you can recognize the similar types in your vicinity now around you. So you can see a storyboard of a Surf Excel ad, which is a brother-sister ad. Now this ad uses that beautiful emotion or that appeal of the childhood care of a bigger brother to a little sister. Now this ad is there with its copy, and now you can watch this ad on your screen.
Number 1 is very big. Number 2 is big. देख क्या रे? तूने मारा इसको? तुझे अभी देखता हूँ. मारता है? अभी चले. सॉरी बोल. सॉरी बोल रहे.
दाग लगने से अगर कुछ अच्छा होता है तो दाग अच्छे हैं ना? सर्फ एक्सेल, दाग अच्छे हैं.
वापस नहीं करना.
Now there is another ad on your screens, the beautiful SBI insurance ad. This is about older people, senior citizens. It is a husband-wife scenario where they are retired and this husband is trying to gift her a diamond ring. And she says, "Is umar mein?" And the husband goes, "Ring ko kya pata tumhari umar." Now this ad became very popular with the television audience. This has again a slice of life of leading your life your way, independent even in the old age. Now the insurance ad is there.
इसी को तुम अखबार में छुप छुप कर देख रही थी ना?
हाँ, क्यों?
देखो, मैं ले आया. तो नहीं हो गए?
कितने के हैं?
अरे कुछ भी नहीं।
नहीं लौटा।
आज बहुत शुभ दिन है, वो वैलेंटाइंस डे। इस दिन जो लोग प्यार करते हैं ना, एक दूसरे को कुछ न कुछ देते हैं।
इस उम्र में कहाँ पहनूंगी हीरा?
अरे हीरे को क्या पता तुम्हारी उम्र।
SBI लाइफ इंश्योरेंस के लाइफ लॉन्ग पेंशन्स, ताकि प्यार के बीच पैसों की कमी ना आए।
Now I have some beautiful old school ads here. The Bajaj, Hamara Bajaj, Buland Bharat ki Buland Tasveer advertisement. It's of course not in the HD quality because it's an old time ad. You have to watch it in the old format.
ये ज़मीं ये आसमां, हाँ ये ज़मीं ये आसमां, हमारा कल हमारा आज, हमारा कल हमारा आज, बुलंद भारत की बुलंद तस्वीर, हमारा बजाज हमारा बजाज, बुलंद भारत की बुलंद तस्वीर, हमारा बजाज हमारा बजाज।
After going through these beautiful television ads, let us come to another demarcation of advertising, the type of advertisement based on the media, which is outdoor media. Now there are specialized ad agencies that deal with outdoor media. Some are Selwell, Rashtriya and many other agencies that are available. Now type of outdoor media can be two types. It can either be a static ad or a transit ad. Static ads are like hoardings or billboards, and transit ads are that you see which are moving. They can be on your metros, they can be on the stepney covers of your scooters or on the auto cover, sides. They can be on the buses, they can be on the metros, they can be on the cars. So static and transit are two types of outdoor ads. Hoardings, banners, posters, wall writings, boards, neon signs, glow signs, these are all examples of static ads. Let us watch one, again an old world ad of a serial called Jassi Jassi Koi Nahi. This was a series in 2000s, it was before 2010, so it was early 2000s. Now these were huge hoardings. This became one of the landmark kind of a series that gave outdoor hoardings. So on bus stops where people are waiting for the buses, this hoarding was there. So Sony had this serial which was very much promoted through the outdoor hoardings. So static ads are best for teasers. For example, Kit Kat, when it was to be launched as a chocolate, it painted the roads red and white. So somebody who was leading to a road, so it could see the red and white roads and it said wait for some break. So what does a break mean? So Kit Kat was to be launched, it was a teaser ad for Kit Kat that later said have a break, have a Kit Kat. Jassi Jassi Koi Nahi. Movies like Lagan, this again became an iconic movie. In this, Amir Khan was playing a farmer. So huge cutouts of Amir Khan in the getup of a farmer were put in malls and shopping malls and outlets. So this became an iconic thing to put cutouts of actors to promote movies and serials. So now launch of FM channels in Delhi, which was in 2003. So in Delhi they had put huge hoardings on bus stands of the 3 channels that were launched in 2003, that is Mirchi, Red and Radio City. So these were used again, outdoor static advertisements were used. Hutch used huge hoardings of different faces, huge hoardings saying hi. So Hutch is now not there in India, it is no more there, it tied up with Vodafone later and it was a mobile offer. It tied up with Vodafone later and it was a mobile company which offered mobile services. And during elections again, you see many examples of outdoor hoardings in static forms. Now what advantage it has? It has advantage of the visual impact. When you have big hoardings with colors and expressive faces, it has a huge visual impact. Repeated exposure, if there is a big billboard and you are commuting on that way every day to work, you would of course be not avoiding seeing it. Then there is continuous presence and they are cost effective. There are negatives to static outdoor ads. They are seen very briefly, they are seen from a distance and there is no control over the audience who is looking at them. Every kind of audience is looking at it. So there is a Mercedes-Benz ad. I cannot afford Mercedes-Benz, still I'll be looking at it. A person who is a street vendor maybe will be looking at it. So the ad is there for different kind of audience, but it is also reaching us. So some examples on your screen of static outdoor advertisements. Now we come to transit outdoor ads. These are aerial streamers or balloons. They can be on bus, cars, scooters, trains or trucks. For example, on school buses you can pay ads for children's stationery or notebooks or lunch boxes. On DTC buses you usually see ads. You know, there was a serial called Kitty Party that used this advertisement form. This was a serial on Zee TV again in early 2000s, and they had the paintings of the serial, the posters were painted on buses in Chandigarh, in Delhi. All this is being done. So in a city like Chandigarh, where the traffic police does not usually allow outdoor hoardings to be put, saying that it might have adverse traffic effects on people who are driving, they use transit advertisements outdoors. So on mobile vans, on movies like Satya were being promoted. On buses you see ads of Priya Gold biscuits or McVitie's biscuits these days. The advantage is there is a lot of variety that you can use in transit outdoor advertisements. There is mobility and wide reach, less cost, and geographical selectivity is there. An ad which is shown in Chandigarh is not shown in Delhi. An ad which is shown in Guwahati is not shown in Gangtok. The negative or the disadvantage of outdoor transit as it has limited time to be read and viewed, because if it is on a bus, the bus would just move away and you will have limited time to see it. It is less selectivity of audience. So two examples are there. Now another type of advertisement based on the type of media it uses is the internet ads. These are sold as per the cost per click or cost per view. The types of internet ads are banner ads. These are graphical bars containing text or graphics which are designed to attract viewers' attention and to imbibe action. They are most popular format with the advertisers. They can either be in GIF format or JPEG format. They are static or they can be animated. Another popular form is text ads. These are few lines of copy put together with a link or an email in action. And they are growing in popularity because they have huge, viewer data that is there. You can be very specific as to where the email is going. Other popular online ads are pop-up ads, which consist of small window that pops up over the main browser while you are browsing it. These are very annoying and they may contain anything as to text, graphics, email address, certain links or little games also. Opt-in mailings, where you opt to be sent emails about certain newsletters, and interstitial ads which use multimedia or popular online ads. So now friends, in this section today we discussed types of advertisements based upon the media that they used: television, radio, print, online or outdoor. There are many other different types of ads that can be demarcated based on the locations, the types of, so we can discuss this in the next lecture now. For this one, I hope you have understood and you have gained some awareness where you can be looking around you and seeing that what ad is being given on which media, and you can also think that will this ad be equally effective if it was shown on another media. So with this, I end this lecture, this video here. In the next continuing part of this video, we will discuss other types of advertisements. Goodbye and happy learning.